This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let's get started. Today we are going to discussing about another API called Glide User. A Glide User is a small API but very important. So in this Glide API, so we are going to discussing about what is the Glide User and use of it, and where we can use that maybe client side or server side, and so how many methods are available, and so working with each method one by one. First of all, you would like to know what is Glide User. Glide User is very simple API that is used to get and login user details like first name, last name, full name, and roles which are assigned to current login user. So Glide User typically running from client side. Glide User API and Glide User methods we are using in client side. So it's very simple API in ServiceNow platform, and typically used in client scripts and UI policies, but is also found in UI action that run on the client side. So what is the global object of Glide User? G underscore user. G underscore user is the global object of Glide User. This API contains different methods to use on our platform. Determine if a user has particular role, so assigned or not, how many roles are assigned to him, what is the exact role, current login user. These all the details we will be able to get through Glide User API. We cannot use Glide User API in business rules and UI action that are on the server side. Okay, let's start working with each method one by one. Okay, so Glide User will be executing from client side, right? Using in only client side. Okay, so first of all, let me open items creator. Take new file. JavaScript. Client side APIs are running in client side where we can execute JavaScript executor. Same, navigate it to any instance table and open any existing record. Then keep press Control and Shift J. Then open JavaScript executor. Run every code into JavaScript executor. Let's navigate it to incident table. Open any record that may be new or existing. And third step, Control Shift J. Open JavaScript executor. Control Shift J. Open JavaScript executor. And then execute your client side APIs. So now I'm using first method, how to get current logged in user first name. So who currently logged into my instance? Currently system administrator is logged into my instance, right? Now I want to get this logged in user first name. How to get this current logged in user first name? The method which we have to use, G underscore user is the global object. Okay, then first name. And how to get result output, so we have to use wallet. Copy this line of code and execute over here. Current login user first name is system, and now I want to get current login user last name. Every method is camel case sensitive. Now I'm trying to get current login user last name. click on run my code. Second name is system administrator. And similarly, try to get current login user full name. Current login user full name. System administrator. Full name is system administrator. And next one is user ID. Okay, every user record like a content 32-digit ID. That is the combination of alphabetics and numerics. When you want to get current login user ID, so we have to use the method called user ID. It's a very important method in client side. So very frequently asked me in interview also. How to get current login user ID in client side? Which method we have to use? The underscore user dot user ID. Let me take the code and copy the code, then execute it. Current login user ID is this one, 32-digit ID. It's a combination of alphabetics and numerics. And next one is, so the current login user have admin role or not? If the current login user have admin role, it will be giving that true. It's a boolean value. The underscore user dot has role of admin. Has role of admin. So current login user have admin role or not? If current login user have admin role, it will be give that. In case the current login user don't have any admin role, give the result value false. So current login user have admin role, that's why giving true. Now I want to check it out. The current login user have ideal role? Yes. Current login user have ideal role also. So this current login user have admin role means automatically contain the like low level roles also. Okay. And next one has role exactly. So what is the exact role added to current login user? Now let me check. Has role exactly is the one more method. So now I want to check this current role is this ideal role is exact role of current login user. No. What is the exact role of current login user? It's admin, not ITL. This moment I have passed ITL. So has role exactly. So the current login user have what is the exact role? ITL. If it is ITL, given the true. So ITL is not exact role to current login user. In case if you pass like admin, yes, you will get true. So current login user exact role is the admin. That's why giving the value true. Okay. And next one is username. So how to get current login user username? You tell me guys, what is the current login user username? What is the username? It's the admin, right? So run my code. Username is admin. Username is admin. So how to get current login user username? So we have to use the underscore user dot username. And meanwhile, if you want to get first name, last name, full name, username, all in single time, so we have to use these all methods like plus and followed by the forward slash. So forward slash increment determine it is giving that details next line. Next line. Okay. So if you want to executing these all methods, and you will get so first name, last name, and full name and username all. So this is about glide user. We have only limited methods in glide user: first name, last name, full name, has role exactly, username, and user ID. Right? And next one. So now I'm going to getting the values from server side. How to get user details from server side? How to get current login user from server side? Okay, previously I tried to get the value from client side. Okay, so glide user from scope application or global. So glide user from server side. So we have to use the these all methods. So how to get the first name? server side, like GS start, GS start. First of all, we need to get the user variable current logged in user equal to GS start get user. First of all, we have to get the current logged in user ID. Okay, then I'm trying to print the details. GS start print and try to get the CLU dot first name, not first name. It's get first name. If you want to get first name, last name in client side, we have to use the only first name, last name methods. We have to use it. And if you want to get login user details from server side, so we have to use get first name. Get first name. Let me execute this code. So now I'm trying to get current login user details from server side, right? So where you can execute your server side script, background script only. Execute your code over here. So current login user first name is system. How to get current login user last name from server side? So we have to use last name. Get last name, get first name, get last name, get user. Just we have to add the get keyword existing methods. Now I'm trying to get current login user last name from server side. So last name is system administrator and get full name. So how to get current login user full name? So we have to use get full name. Full name is system administrator. Get email. So now I want to get the current login user email address. So variable c equal to just start get user. First of all, I want get current login user ID. So this ID is stored into variable, right? Now I'm going to printing. Okay, what is the email of current login user? Second, guys. Okay, so now I'm trying to get current login user email address. So when you are using gs.get user, GS is nothing but glide system. This API uses to get current login user details from server side. The gs.get user, first of all, it will be getting currently logged in user ID. That ID can store into this variable. After that, I'm trying to get email address of current logged in user. Let me execute this code. So current logged in user email address admin@example.com, and next one is get ID. So get ID will be giving current logged in user ID, 32-digit ID. So variable cu equal to gs.get user, it's a common. So later I have to use get ID. So how to get current login user ID in client side? User ID. How to get current login user ID from server side? Get ID. So please try to understand that both. Okay. Method will be different, but activity will be the same. Okay. And next one is get name. So get name is equivalent to username. Now I'm trying to get the current login user. Username is it's admin. Okay. And next one is get company ID. So current login user maybe belongs to respective company. So what is the ID of that company? That company ID you will be able to get. So this person not associated to any company. That's why we're getting empty. Okay. And get display name. So display name is nothing but it's a full name. So what is the display name of this current login user? Display name is system administrator. Okay. So get down display not required. So this person is belongs to which domain, that domain ID, you will get it. It's a global. Okay. And get my groups. Okay. So this will be executing later. So the current login user is the member of the any specific group. So it will be given true. Otherwise, giving the value false. And next one is get roles. How many roles are assigned to current login user? To which method you can use it? Get roles method. So these all the roles are assigned to current login user. Taxonomy admin, AIS admin, admin, catalog template admin, admin, ITIL, so many roles are right. When you try to get current login user, all the roles from server, so we have to use get roles. And next one, get user by ID. Now I'm trying to getting current login user ID following by the username. So this is user ID, right? So get user by ID. Now I'm trying to get the first name. So what is the first name of able tutor? So gs start get user and the user value can store it in the user. Now I'm printing get user by ID. This time passing by like a user ID, getting the first name of the person. First name of the user ID is able. And get user role, you will get all the roles, main roles which are assigned to current login user, admin and security admin. And next one is has roles. Now I'm checking the current login user have the admin role or not. Yes, current login user have admin role. That's why it's printing like a true. And then now I'm checking. So variable c equal to now current login user is the member of. Just please try to remember these two lines of code. The interview question is how we come to know the current login user member of specific group or not. So first of all, I want to get that current login user ID using by the get user. After that, I want to know the current login user is the member of database. No, system administrator, right? Current login user. Current login user is system administrator is not member of database. That's why it's printing false. You will get value is false. Okay, clear guys. Any questions in users? Any questions?
No, Srinivas, just one thing, like we need to remember all the method name and everything, right? Yeah.
Yes, you need to remember all the methods like Himanshu. No need to remember all methods, but at least you can try to implement in your real case scenario. For example, you got some requirement from client. Okay, so when customer is logged into instance, so immediately you need to display one message, hey, good morning, Himanshu, like that. When Srinivas logged
Oh,
into instance, it has to be say, hey, good morning, Srinivas, like that. Okay.
oh, okay, okay.
So first of all, we need to like understand the each method, how they are executing. So these all methods I can use into client side and server side, both. Once you are like using these all methods into client script and business rules, then you'll be able to understand these all methods where we can use it. Okay. First of all, you can practice this all. Okay. And next one is lesson number 4, glide system. So glide system overview and methods, glide system exercises. Glide system API running from server side. This API will provide different methods to get information about the system as well as current logged in user. Glide system API is extension of Glide user, but Glide user only user to get the current logged in user details and roles. But a glide system user to get the current logged in user details, and meanwhile we can get the system details also. So what is the global object of glide system? It's a GS. GS is the glide, like a glide, global object of glide system. So many of glide system methods facilitate the easy inclusion of data in query ranges. Okay, so now I'm going to executing these all methods one by one. Okay, glide system will be running from where server client server side. In this case, we have to use this scripting. Okay, now let me executing the one by one. How to display the information message in the client side g underscore form dot add info message. And meanwhile, when you want to display the information message server side, so we have to use gs dot add info message. Gs dot add info message. Navigate it to background script. Gs dot add info message. That message we have to display. Run script. So start should be always before and date. And similarly, how can you display the error message? Method will be changed. GS start add error message. So please provide valid information. Please provide valid information. So how to get current login user? Already we seen, right? How to get current login user mail address? So variable current login user. So this method is used to get current login user ID set into this variable. Now ID is stored here. Once I handle this ID of your current login user, so then you will get the get email. Get email. Current login user ID, which is getting from where server side. Okay, so when you want to get the current login user ID, is client side g underscore form dot user ID. That method is used to get the current login user ID. So when you want to get current login user ID from server side, we have to use like this method. Just get user, then you can printing anything, that may be mail address, department, anything. So get user display name. So current login user display name. So current login user display name is system administrator. Current login user display name is system administrator. And now I'm trying to get, so current login user ID. I can use get user ID. Get user ID. This is about get user ID. Current login user ID from server side. So now I'm trying to get current login user ID, so username. Get username.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
yeah, what is the difference between the current one and you have shown the earlier one? Both perform the same and both performs the server, right? On server.
Yes, correct.
So when to use anything is it an alternative or we'll have different scenarios?
Actually, no. Glide system is the extension of glide user. Glide user only running from client side, which is used to get the current login user details from client side. So where you are using GS, like a GS glide system API, use it to get the same current login user details from server side, and meanwhile you will be able to get the system details also. System details. So earlier I
Okay.
used the same method side. Yes, both are the same. So already I covered in that previous like section, right? Previous API. Some methods are like executing this API also.
So the previous one is for the client side, and this one is the for the server side, right? That is the only difference.
No.
Just a second. Don't get confused. So glide user API used to get current login user from client side. get current login user details from client side. So we have to use these are methods. Similarly, when
And
you try
glide,
to get logged user details from server side, so we have to use these methods, right? Same methods I'm repeating in glide system also. But glide system uses to get the current login user details from server side, and meanwhile you'll be able to get the system details also. Clear? So methods are the
yeah,
same.
yes.
There is difference.
And one
Same
more
methods.
question, like we understood this one. One more question is like the user ID, right? User ID was not in numeric. It was in alphanumeric, I think. So that
Yes,
does the user ID will come in different form?
I'm not getting.
If you see the user ID, right? User ID that in previous one we got the
User
user
ID,
ID. So that user
client
ID,
side, server side.
yeah, client side. Sorry,
Client
server
side,
side,
right?
GS1. Server
So
side, GS
when you
dot.
want to get the current login user ID in client side, so we have to use g_user.user ID. Okay.
Okay, it's 32 digit alphanumeric user
Yes.
ID will come. Okay, okay. Right.
Once you are handling that user ID, so when you want to get the current login user ID, so we have to use this method in the client side. And similarly, when you want to get current login user ID from server side, this one, get ID. In server side, so we can't get that like a user ID directly. First of all, we need to handle the current login user. Okay, so it will be getting so current login user. It will display the ID of current login user. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, yes, you know.
So little bit confused maybe there initially. Once you practice like multiple times, so 2 or 3 times, so you will get good idea on each API. Don't worry. Okay. So glide system API running from server
Sir,
side.
each API we have to practice. I mean, each API is remember is mandatory.
Each API is remember to mandatory means
I mean, we have to remember all like that. I'm
yes.
asking.
Almost we have a 25 to 30 APIs are there. Okay, these 7 to 8 APIs are very important. 99% we are using these all 7 APIs in ServiceNow platform. Okay, at least you should remember.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
and practice these 5 API, like 7 APIs. Okay, glide record, glide
Okay,
form,
sir.
glide user, glide session, glide system, glide aggregation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Get user display name, get user ID, get user name, and has role group. We can executing in scripting part, guys. Don't worry. Now I want to know the current login user is interactive or not. It is giving the value true. So get author method user to get the current login user photo ID, and a flash message. This flash message is equal to like clear all messages. So when you want to clear all messages from client side, we need to use the underscore form dot clear messages. And similarly, when you want to remove clear all messages in server side, so we have to use flash message the underscore form dot flash messages. And next one is, so these methods are also very frequent we are using. Okay, so beginning of, so this glide system method, glide system API user to get the current login user details from server side, and meanwhile you'll be able to get the system details also. GS start print and beginning of last month. Okay, so last month was begin when that date and time will be give to you. Okay, see, GS start beginning of last month. So beginning of last month, the last month was begin when first of September morning 7 a.m. And next one is beginning of last week. Do you remember, guys, when the last week is begin? So last week is begin, like this week is begin 25th, last week is begin 18th. Okay, so when the last week is begin, when you want to date and time calculations through grade system, you have to use these all methods. Last week is begin, like last month, right? Beginning of last week, beginning of last week. Last week was begin when 18th October 2021 morning 7 a.m. and in beginning of next week. So next week will be begin when first, right? Next week will be begin 1st of November, Monday, right? Next week will be begin 1/11/2021 and beginning of next year. So next year will be begin 1/1/22 morning 7, not 7, it's 8 a.m. Might be, so when year is completed, the date will be like a time will be changed. So next year will be begin 1st January 2022 in the morning 8 a.m. Okay, so beginning of this month is begin 1 October 2021 morning 7 a.m. and beginning of this quarter was begin when October, right? This quarter first, this quarter was begin October 1st. Guys, no need to remember all the methods in Glide system, but when you get the requirement from client, just we need to just to investigating the requirement. After investigation of the requirement, then you can decide so which method can fulfill the requirement. For example, these kind of methods where we can use in real case. For example, a customer is requesting or applied for passport today. So when you will get that passport after 1 week, so within week of exactly within 7 days you will get the offer. Okay, so first of all you will get that passport like apply date. So then we can add the n number of days. How many days? I can add the 7 days to current date. 7 days to like today date. So finally it will be display the date. Okay, so those kind of scenarios we can use these methods beginning of last this month. And similarly, you can executing these all methods one by one. Beginning of this year, this week, this year is begin when. So beginning of today is begin when. Today is begin when morning 7/25th. Okay, it is taking server time. Okay, servers are in US, not India. So my desktop time is 26/10/2021, but US time is like a 25. So this today started in US 25th and 2021. Okay. And beginning of tomorrow, beginning of yesterday, days ago. Now I want to get actually this glide date and time is the one more API. Glide date and time is one more API. We can practice later. Okay, 4 days ago. First of all, let me check. So glide date and time is the one more API. It will be get current system date and time stored into this variable. Okay, so today date it will be calculating 4 days ago. So what is the date? So today date is 25th. So 4 days ago date is 21, I think. So 22. So you will get the date in case. Now I want to know 256 days. So glide date and time will be get current system server date and time stored into here. And after like 256 days ago, so what is the date and time? That information very simple to get it through this method. It's very difficult to calculate the this time and date calculation manually. Okay, 250 days back. So the time and date is like 12 February, right? And a days ago end. So 10 days ago, the date was end when the time you will get it. Days ago start. So 10 days ago, the date was start when. So end of last month. The last month is end when.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sir, here we are using the variable name is GDT, and the next line we are using GS dot, and we are not using the variable
So variable is nothing but declaring the
GDT.
variable. GDT is the glide date and time. Okay,
Yes,
equal to just I'm declaring the object.
object.
So
Yes, sir.
current glide date and time API used to get the current system date and time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to printing. So this current system date and time story here, right?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm going to printing like GS start days ago. So like so we can be able to using the GS also directly. Actually, we have to use GDT.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you can be able to use the GS also printing the
Okay.
value. And end of last month, end of last week, end of last year, end of next month. So these all methods we can use not frequently. Depends on the client requirement. We can use these all methods. End of this quarter, end of this year, end of today, end of tomorrow, get display name. So can you practice remaining all methods, guys? Now I want to get is first day of month. I'm passing one date over here. Just a second. Just I'm passing one year, right? So year should, I think, singular double quote. GS start. So is first day of month. So the current date is first day of month. Let me check. If it is first day of month, it will give the true. It's not first day of month, it will give the value false. No, it's not first day of month. In case if you change that, it's the first day of month. So day month here, right? Yes, it's a first day of month. So system will be checking that details false. It's not first day of month. Just a second. Is first day of month. Run it. It's mandatory. What is the format? System format.
Sir, can we try the August month, sir? This year it would be the first day, I think.
America, Los Angeles. Just wait. Might be so this method I will check later, guys. I'm not getting why it's not printing that value. Might be time zone different. Okay. So it's first day of week, first day of year, and last day of month. So given date is last day of month. So given that value true. So it's last day of month. Actually, it's not last day of month, but it's given the value true. It's last day of week and last day of year and last week. And please do remember this method. It's a very, very important method. Okay. So how to get
The date, Srinivas, just try remove the codes for date and try once.
which one?
For date, you're keeping the codes,
Yeah,
right?
might be. So when I implement that, like I have passed some date, right?
Can you try once?
Okay.
Can you try once?
Control C is first day of year. This year, any year, right? So actually, it's not first day, right? So how it will be calculating the first day of this particular year based on the time zone, right?
Yeah.
It's not first day of year. In case if I pass to 01, it's the first day of year means nothing but 0101 only, right?
0101.
Day of year is first day of year.
Okay, not coming. Yeah.
Might be some time zone issue. Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Okay. Maximum not required. But this method is very, very important. Okay. 90% we are not using these all methods. Just you can remember. Okay. No need to remember. Just to, when you get the requirement, so according to that we need to practice it. But please do remember this method. It's very, very important. So how to get current system date and time in UTC? GS start print, GS start now. This is nothing but guide system. Okay, GS start now. Let me take this code. Okay, so current system date only. So this is a very, very important method. Okay, so how to get current system date? So which method we have to use? GS start now method. Please do remember this method is very, very important. So remaining, and this method is very, very important. How to get current system date and time both. GS start now, GS start now date and time. So you will get current system date and time both. Let me execute this one also. Current system date and time, right? So current system date time is 25th October 2021. Time is like 21:19, 9:19 morning, night, right? Okay. And this is about glide system. And tomorrow we can work with remaining APIs. Tomorrow maximum I can close all remaining APIs, remaining 3 or 4 APIs. Then we can start write the code into actual places. So day after tomorrow we can start. Very first concept is client script. Okay.
Okay, Srinivas, one question, like how many more classes are remaining from here?
20 classes a month, so 2025.
2025. Okay. And for the resume preparation, Srinivas, should I share my resume to you? Can you look into it once, if
Sorry?
possible for you? For the resume preparation, right? Since I am having experience, so I want to modify it according to this profile.
Which profile, Himanshu?
Resume, my resume.
Resume
Actually,
preparation.
curriculum
Okay,
detail.
okay. Definitely
Yeah.
will help you in that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end up today. See you tomorrow.